Imagine waking up in a new body, one that can run, jump, and fly. A body that belongs to an alien world where nature itself can fight back. This is Avatar, and today we're breaking down the full story from start to finish. Hey everyone, welcome back to Movie Recaps Hub Podcast. If you're new here, grab a seat, relax, and let's dive straight into the world of Pandora. Our story starts with Jake Sully, a disabled war veteran living a pretty miserable life in the United States. His days are repetitive and empty. He spends most of his time regretting his past decisions, getting into bar fights, and thinking about his old glory days in the military. One day, everything changes when officials show up with devastating news. Jake's twin brother Tom has been murdered. Jake is crushed, but the officials aren't there just to deliver bad news. They offer him a job. It turns out Tom was scheduled to work on a mission to a newly discovered planet called Pandora. A planet that surprisingly supports life similar to Earth. Because Jake and Tom are genetically identical, Jake is the only person who can take his brother's place. When they mention the payment is in the millions, Jake agrees almost instantly. Jake is put into 6 years of cryo sleep to prepare for the mission. When he wakes up, he finds himself aboard a spacecraft with several other passengers, all heading toward Pandora. Once they arrive, everyone is warned that Pandora's atmosphere is extremely toxic to humans. Without a mask, a person can die in just a few minutes. Jake is sent to a military briefing where Colonel Miles Quaritch addresses the soldiers and civilians. He explains that Pandora is home to a native species called the Na'vi and warns everyone that surviving on this planet means respecting its rules, whether they like it or not. Next, Jake visits a research facility where he meets scientist Norm Spellman. She shows him his avatar, a genetically engineered Na'vi-human hybrid body. The idea is simple. A human can link their mind to the avatar and move freely on Pandora while blending in with the natives. Dr. Grace Augustin, the head scientist, is introduced next. She clearly isn't thrilled about Jake joining the program. She argues that he isn't a scientist and believes he's useless. But Parker Selfridge, the RDA administrator, insists Jake stays because his genetics are the only way the avatar will work. The next morning, Jake and Norm are linked to their avatars. When Jake wakes up in his avatar body, something incredible happens. He can move his legs again. Overwhelmed with excitement, Jake ignores medical orders and starts running around, feeling alive for the first time in years. Later, the link is disconnected, and Jake wakes up in his human body again. Colonel Quaritch then pulls Jake aside and reveals the real reason humans are on Pandora. The planet contains an extremely rare mineral called unobtainium, worth billions back on Earth. The largest deposit is located directly beneath the Na'vi's home. Jake is given 3 months to gain the Na'vi's trust and convince them to leave peacefully. If he succeeds, he gets new legs. If he fails, the military will step in and force them out, likely wiping them out entirely. On a mission to collect plant samples, Jake gets separated from his team and wanders into the jungle. He's attacked by a deadly predator called a Thanator and barely escapes by diving into a waterfall. As night falls, Jake is alone, weaponless, and surrounded by danger. A female Na'vi watches him from above and nearly kills him, but stops when mysterious glowing seeds land on her arrow. When viper wolves attack Jake, she steps in and saves him. Her name is Neytiri. Though annoyed by Jake, she notices the glowing seeds surrounding him and decides to take him to her clan. Jake is brought to the Omaticaya tribe, where the Na'vi are immediately hostile. Neytiri's fiancé, Sudi, demands Jake's execution. However, Neytiri's parents, the tribe's leaders, sense something special in him. The queen tastes Jake's blood and declares his spirit pure. She orders Neytiri to teach him their ways. Jake begins training, learning how to survive, hunt, and ride Pandora's creatures. Over time, he starts to feel like he truly belongs. As the days pass, Jake and Neytiri grow closer. Jake learns to ride a dire horse and experiences Pandora in ways no human ever has. Eventually, the tribe accepts him fully. During a sacred ceremony, Jake is told he may choose a mate. After a moment of hesitation, he chooses Neytiri. She is shocked but accepts, and the two bond under the Tree of Voices. Jake wakes up back in the lab, struggling with the double life he's now living. Jake reports to the Colonel and Parker, revealing that the Navi's massive home tree sits on top of a huge unobtainium deposit. The Colonel immediately sees an opportunity to destroy it. Grace realizes Jake is being manipulated and moves him to the Hallelujah Mountains, a sacred place made of floating islands. During a flight, Jake and Neytiri are attacked by Torek, a legendary flying predator. Neytiri explains that only one Navi in history ever rode Torek, her great-grandfather, who united the tribes during a great war. Despite Jake's attempts to negotiate, the humans launch an attack. Bulldozers tear through sacred land, and home tree is destroyed, killing many Navi. Jake's true identity as a human is revealed, shattering Neytiri's trust. Jake and Grace are captured, while the Navi prepare for war. With help from pilot Trudy, Jake escapes. Knowing the Navi will never trust him again unless he proves himself, Jake makes a desperate move. He tames Torek, riding Torek into the Tree of Souls. Jake earns the title of Torek Macto and unites the clans. Even Sudi agrees to fight by his side. The final battle begins. The Navi fight bravely but are outmatched by human weapons. Grace is fatally injured during the chaos and later dies, strengthening Jake's resolve. Pandora itself joins the fight as animals attack the human forces. Jake takes down a bomb ship, while Neytiri and Sudi fight on the ground. Colonel Quaritch survives the crash and confronts Jake one last time. He nearly kills Jake, but Neytiri saves him by shooting Quaritch through the chest. Jake's human body is failing, but Neytiri helps him breathe. With the humans defeated and sent away, Jake records his final video log. He chooses to permanently transfer his consciousness into his avatar. The film ends with a ritual at the Tree of Souls, where Jake opens his eyes as a Navi, with Neytiri watching over him. And that's the full story of Avatar. If you enjoyed this recap, hit the like button, drop a comment with your favorite scene, and subscribe to Movie Recaps Hub podcast for more movie breakdowns just like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.